How y'all doing? What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. I'm gonna keep this one maybe about 30 to 40 minutes. Um, y'all can tell by the title, 10 Mistakes That Single Moms Make. This came about because when I got off of work today, I went to the grocery store and I saw um, some mothers with their kids, and it wasn't a good look. And you know, it made me start thinking of some things. And I was listening to some YouTube, of course, and listening to stuff. How you doing, Gigi? What's up, Prayer May? And I'm gonna just get into it. Like I said, this ain't gonna last an hour. But mistake number one. What's going on, Kyle? Single mothers make the mistake of being baby girl when they're a parent. What's up, Major? What's up, Damon? Brother Ibmore. And what I mean by being baby girl is there are a lot of women who are the baby girl of the family. How you doing, honey? They're the baby girl of the family. I'm not gonna say they can do no wrong, but I know we talk a lot about men being coddled, but there are a lot of ladies who been coddled. And what winds up happening is when they become parents, they're baby girl and mama at the same time. So they're parenting um, from a weird perspective. You know, what's up, Devin? They're parenting from a weird perspective. And what I mean by that is it's hard to even co-parent with a person like that because they'll do the same thing with their parents and their family and the father, their kid, and their child that they've been doing all their life, which is being baby girl. The same manipulative tactics to get their way. So now you got a parent who's still doing the things that they did as a child to get their way in situations. And what you wind up teaching is manipulation. And people wind up going, more liberal, huh? It kind of, people wind up, as far as the family goes, they can't really, um, they can't really step in because of the baby girl tactics. And it's sad because that means the family can't stand up to baby girl. She bats her little eyes, she pouts, she throws a tantrum, she gets mad and don't call you and don't text and don't come by. And then it's like, y'all letting this fool get away with this while they got a kid. And then the kid starts doing the same things, at 1, 2, 3 years old, and and people think it's cute. And then people get upset at the person who's gonna put a squash to it. Like, no, that kid is not finna act like that. And then people are like, oh no, that baby, let that baby be that what that baby is. Let that baby got personality. That baby been here before. That baby got a bad attitude because it's learned to have a bad attitude and learn to do things that are out of pocket, and you reward that. So, when you become baby girl and you teach that, whether you teaching it to a son or a daughter, you creating an issue. And then people get tired of dealing with it as the kid gets older and as the mother gets older, because now we dealing with 30, 40, 50-year-old baby girls and their, teenage kids. And you got people who don't want to deal with you because now you baby girl and they don't feel like they're talking to an adult, and the kid is not an adult, but the kid wants to act like an adult, but the kid doesn't want to get reprimanded like an adult. So this becomes a mistake. You know what I'm saying? This becomes a horrible parenting mistake. Number two, bad image. I see too many single moms give their kids a bad image on purpose. And what I mean by that is there's no reason why your kids should go out in public looking any kind of way. Now, I'm not saying, some people have more money and more resources, more money than other people. But that doesn't mean your kid, if you were poor, your kid can't be clean. You can't take your kid out in public and have them be dirty. They got to be coming from somewhere. They got to be coming from a game, or, football uniform on, a track uniform, sweats on or something like that, tennis outfit on, you know, that type of stuff. But I see too many people have their kids with a bad image. And, the image starts to match the personality. You know, what's going on, Angela? Exactly. Like, that becomes a problem. And, one of the problems with the imagery is your sons, like, you got a son, but his hair, he got a fro, but it ain't combed, but or it ain't lined. You know what I'm saying? His hair look dry and dingy for no reason. You let him come out the house any kind of way, cause you come out the house any kind of way. So your son's unpresentable. Your daughter's the same way. You know what I mean? You bring your daughter out, and you got her dressed like a pre-thought as a preteen, and you don't think and you don't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? That's a bad image. That sets bad precedent. So the kids going out here, you know, they don't look good. They don't feel good. You know what I mean? So they don't interact well because they're not they're not presenting themselves properly because you're not presenting them properly. And then you have them going places, and people are looking at them like how you present them, like charity cases, like poverty-stricken kids, like kids with no parents. You know what I'm saying? You got them looking like orphans, and they're right next to you. Yeah, I know, pre that. So that's a big issue, and I see it happen too much. Same thing. You got the kids. The kids grow the dreads out, but you don't help them maintain it. You just Now they just run around with dusty dreads and dusty braids, and it don't make no sense. So you got them looking crazy. Like, so now people are approaching them like they're homeless or whatever. What's up, Jermaine? Or they're dusty, or they're, like I said, pre-thoughts. They're approaching them by the way that you presented them to the world, and they don't like it because they're kids and they shouldn't like being disrespected. But you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover per se. But if you put somebody in the cover of shenanigans, that's how people are gonna view them. You put them out in the world like that. Nobody should treat my baby a certain way. You shouldn't have your baby with a, you know, with a gangbanger starter kit on. Like, that's not a good look. You're giving them a bad image. You can have them just be presentable without going too far left. You know, I mean, yeah, I don't understand. Like the Tylers, you grow your hair to a certain age, but I don't care if a Tyler has dreads, but if you're gonna grow them out properly. Stop halfway doing it. What's up, Tony? Number three, um, mistake that single moms make. They're bad with money, and they teach their children to be bad with money. And part of this, so they teach a generational curse of being bad with money. And the problem with that is, I remember my grandmother used to say, you got to rob Peter to pay Paul. We got to rob Peter to pay Paul because of being bad with money. Now, some people, that's just your, you just make enough to get by, living paycheck to paycheck. I get that. But if you living paycheck to paycheck and you constantly behind, but you do make enough money to take care of everything, but you are just bad with money, then your kids wind up being bad with money. Your kids wind up being bad with money. And you teach those bad habits. You teach retail therapy. Carl, what's happening, fam? So you're teaching these kids retail therapy. So they buying stuff that they can't afford. They doing things that they can't afford with money that they possibly may get in the future because they're bad with money. And what makes it worse is this kind of idea that somebody's gonna come along and pay for this person, because this is the problem with being bad with money. You know, when I see these moms bad with money, even though they don't want to say this, there's this implied thing that a man's gonna come along and give them some extra money. Family's gonna come along, give them some extra money. Maybe you could squeeze a little extra money out of your child's father. But somebody along the line is gonna always be there to pony up for your bad spending. You know, so that becomes um, a big issue. You know, and you see it. You know, when you become an adult, and you see a lot of adults who are bad with money. They could be in better spots in life, but you know their impulses are their impulse buyers. I don't even know why you here because you just can't cut that switch off and don't spend all that money on those shenanigans. Number four, mistake that single moms make is your kids lose respect for you because you're not respectable, and then you assume that because you're a parent, they're gonna respect you regardless, and it doesn't happen like that. What winds up happening is your kids. What's up, Miss Witt? Money Mitch, what's popping? You know, from single man. Yeah, I get that. You know, your kids are not gonna respect you because see, kids are children when they're say birth to I would say 9, 10 years old, they believe you. But then 10 and up, depending on the type of kid, if you're not a respectable person, that kid is not going to respect you anymore because they remember the lies you told. They remember the games you played. You know what I'm saying? They remember the selective memory. I never did that. I never said that. I would never do such a thing. And they looking like, you know what? They remember the things that they were supposed to get in trouble for. You know what I'm saying? They were supposed to get in trouble for doing this or that because it was wrong. But they watch you do it all the time. But you tell them it's wrong, but you keep doing it. So now, so now you're at that point where they don't respect you. They don't respect you whatsoever. Because at the end of the day, you doing everything that you told them not to do. You know what I'm saying? So because you do everything you told, hello, Cass, what's happening, fam? Since you can do everything you told them not to do, then you are everything that they shouldn't be. Do as I say, exactly. Do as I say, not as I do. You lose respect for your parents like that, and then people wonder why. When you get a certain age, your kids don't take you seriously. They hear you talking, but they ain't trying to hear nothing you saying because they don't. They're like, man, whatever. Who are you? You a screw up. And unfortunately, you see this far too often. Parent could be on drugs. Parent could be an alcoholic. Parent could just be a straight thought. A parent could just be a user. And at a certain point, the kid like, you know what? Get out my face. I'm your man. Shut up. So what? That don't mean if it don't mean nothing to you, it don't mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? So that's what you know. Well, I'm glad she said that you the best mom, Gigi. Number five. What's up, Trenton? Number five, and I hate to do it, but single moms make this mistake. They bring sexuality around their kids far too often. You know, that's what I meant by when I was in the store today, and the kids looking like a quote unquote pre-thought. It's like, sometimes you ladies who are moms think that guys are perverts for looking at your children. But sometimes guys are looking at your children like, who let them, you let them out the house dressing like that? Like you let them out the house like they too young to be, expressing their sexuality. That outfit is not for a child. Your 10-year-old should not be having, booty shorts on. Short, AKA Daisy Dukes. You get what I'm saying? Shouldn't be doing that. It's too, you walk around, you can't be walking around your kids half naked, butt naked. That's not cool. Because you're making them too sexual at a very young age. That's things that fathers will not do. You're not finna see dad out here acting like R. Kelly in the house. My, it's not finna happen. Look at it, look at it, look at it. It's okay, it's just my body. You know, man, Angela, I see it far too often. It's too overtly sexual. And he's like, are you advertising your child or something? Like, I know people don't like pedophiles, but I gotta ask you, are you preparing your child for a pedophile? Like, this is the type of stuff that bothers a lot of men about a lot of single moms. Like, especially, and I'm talking about the sexual part, especially the ones with the daughters, you know, or even the ones with the sons that's, soft. It's like, too much sex in this house. And women say, I'm comfortable with my body. Keep your body to your doggone self. Keep your body to yourself. What's up, Michael? That's an adult thing. Yeah, I must be my, whatever. God dog it. Chastising. Hilarious. That's hilarious, Michael. And so it's like, it's tripping. You tripping. Now, number 6. A lot of single moms make this mistake because you laissez-faire. Anything goes. It's okay. Like, whatever happens, happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, your parenting style is hands off. You say you hands on, but you really hands off. And what I mean by laissez-faire is take into consideration that a lot of kids are going to be at home, starting school. There's going to be a lot of single moms who, they just going to leave them there. You know what I'm saying? Like, could you help me with my work? You got it. You got it. I got so much to do. And you got so many kids. And I've heard this even with my own son and other kids I know. All she do is sit there on the phone. She's on the phone all day, talking on the phone, messaging on the phone, Instagram. She don't do nothing but be on that phone. And it's like, this is how people parent. It's laissez-faire parenting. Yeah, that's French for, yeah. So the irony of it is, the reason why I say it's a mistake is because you hear men and women talk about their adult dating experience, and you hear stories of a lot of lazy men and a lot of lazy women who just, everything in life happens by happenstance, and they just stumble on to everything. They never actually are going in a solid direction. Everything just is laziness and, a lucky come up. It's because they got it from home. You know what I mean? They got that from home, and then and now it's a bad look. And because it's a bad look, now everybody else got to deal with that. Because the laissez-faire parenting means they want somebody else to come along and fix it. Which brings me to number 7. Single moms make this mistake all the time. You don't have a plan for your kid. Everybody else can have a plan for your kid, but that kid living with you. If you're a single mom, you don't have a plan for the kid. Everybody can, and every time somebody has a plan for that kid, if it's gonna if it's gonna make you put in some effort and some work, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. It's just, I got to do something. Ain't gonna happen. How come the kid can't just do it on their own? How come you can't come get the kid? I mean, it's your plan. You got the kid. You know you want the kid to be something, and it goes into the the laissez-faire parenting also. But it's the fact that they don't have a plan because so many kids got to come up with a plan on their own. What's up? What's up, Brian? Yeah, that's part of the problem. I'm gonna get to that too. So many of these single moms, you know, if you want your kid, my kid's gonna be a doctor or a lawyer or they're gonna be a pharmacist. Well, you gonna help them? Yeah, like you gonna get together the plan like they gonna need because that plan might not be what they actually want to be, but it's a great fallback if you're not gonna do what you said you want to do, you're gonna do this. But see, a lot of these single moms don't do that. They don't have a long-term plan for their kid. The plan is for the kid to figure out what they want to do with their life, especially for the bad moms. The kid figures out what they need to do for their life, they do it all on their own, so they can come back and take care of mama. And that's trifling. They don't have a plan. And ironically, dad could have a plan, but you might teach the kid not to listen to dad, which brings me to number 8. A lot of single moms make this mistake by being a feminist. The minute you start saying it's my baby, you're a feminist. That's what that is. So you're not actually being a parent now. You're being an advocate for feminism. That has nothing to do with parenting. You can't co-parent with a man because you're a feminist. You can't be married to a man because you're a feminist. You can't build, quote unquote, a good, how can I say this, a good map for your child because you're a feminist. It's got to be done the feminist way. And when the feminist way don't work, then it's men's fault. You get what I'm saying? This is the problem. A lot of single moms make that mistake. You want to be a feminist? So you got to raise your child under the feminist doctrine and the feminist rhetoric. And then when feminism fails your parenting skills and your kid don't wind up in a good position in life, you don't blame feminism. You know what I'm saying? It's not feminism. It's the patriarchy. Stupid stuff. Make your child watch. Yeah, I definitely understand that. You should make the kid watch medical shows and stuff like that if that's what they want to be. But this is where single moms go wrong with this. I can always get it together because I'm a mother, and being a mother means, I'm a queen and I'm a goddess and I'm a god, and I can turn it around like that. And because of feminism gives me this magic power that's going to make me a better parent than a man, than the father. He's just a man. And then it's like, okay. Now you don't even listen to your own daddy. You don't listen to your own brothers who are the kids' uncles. You don't listen to none of that. You can't see the forest from the trees from the forest, however you want to call it. Because all you can see is feminism. And then, ironically, the reason why I'm saying this is because when you come out of that feminist mindset, you already parented your kid with it. So the things that you taught them that didn't work right for them because of feminism, you've already instilled, you already put them through that process. My back and my shoulder hurt, so excuse me, y'all. Hey, honey, what's up, Mahogany? I forgot to talk to Faith. I'm going to do that as soon as I get off of here. I'm going to email Faith as soon as I get off of here, Mahogany. That becomes a problem. Number nine mistake that that single moms make, you're too mean. You're far too mean. And I'm going to tell you something. Kids, when they get grown, I've met too many adults who were raised by single moms who in retrospect say, I wish I would have decided to be with my daddy. Be strict, absolutely. But I'm not talking about strict. They're too mean-spirited. You know, okay, okay. I didn't get a chance to watch it. You sent it to me. I didn't watch it yet. I'm glad she came. Good. Y'all good then. You know. So I've seen too many single moms who are mean, and they mean to their little girls. And then what winds up happening? Their little girls don't like little girls. You know why? Because girls always got drama. It's always this, it's always that. Where do they get the initial drama and sassiness and bitterness and shade from? Mean old mom. The boys. I know some of y'all ladies think, guys have black woman issues or color issues. I'm gonna tell y'all what one of the issues is. One of the major issues is they were raised by a single mom and she was mean. And he doesn't want to date anybody that looks, sounds, dresses like, has the same hairstyle or the same job as his mother. That's flat out what it is. You do what? You work well? That's it. You wear your hair like that? Why you don't like me? You remind me of my mama. It ain't got to be the look. You get what I'm saying? It's got to be a part of the demeanor. It's like, I don't want to be around any woman that reminds me of my mom. Because I got a homeboy, he said this years ago. He said, a lot of these sisters think a brother just like all these exotic chicks because they exotic. No, we like them because they don't look like our mama. They don't act like our mama. They don't remind us of our mama. Too many of these sisters remind us of our mama. That being mean for no reason, being petty for no reason, arguing for no reason. Trying to put a man in his place for no reason. Just all they like, I don't want that. And I know brothers like that. I don't want that. I don't want that. And it evolves because this being too mean, you run your kids off. Your kids don't want to be around you. Sometimes people mellow out as they get older, but you might mellow out and the kid might, the kid will grow up, they forgive you, time pass, but they gonna still have that look like, I know you still got triggers, and I know you can still be mean, and I know if the right or wrong thing come up in life, you're gonna go right back to being super mean, and it becomes a problem. Number 10, though. The number 10 mistake that single moms make is your kids learn life lessons from everybody else but you. See, you can't say, a lot of times, this ties back into kids sometimes not respecting you, is because you don't teach your kids nothing. A lot of y'all don't pay attention to the fact you said you this the end all be all in your child's life. You ate everything. Mama got the final say. Mama's got the first word and the last word. She is the alpha omega in parenting, and she is the alpha omega in life and wisdom and experience. But the kid is learning everything about life from everybody else. Mom don't have no real life lessons. Mom don't have no real principles to live by. You know what I'm saying? Mom don't say, look, this, if you do this, this is gonna happen. Mom don't even say you reap what you sow. Mom don't even tell you simple things like that. Other people in society are teaching you, hey, you need better manners. I'm gonna teach you this life lesson about manners. You're gonna need manners and etiquette. You got other people in your life teaching you, hey, if you wanna be this, if that's your dream or aspiration life, okay, this is how you gotta go. You gotta go to this type of school and get this type of degree. It's gonna take you this amount of years. It might cost you this amount of money, but I'm gonna tell you this is the amount of money you're gonna make when it's over. Levi, what's popping? That's the life lesson that is taught. When you get to you got too many people out here in a sense of I don't know how to do this and I don't know how to do that. I was never taught. Then you got older people teaching you, oh, you were never taught how to actually have a conversation with a person. When you're upset, I'm gonna teach you. See, you can't just get mad and blah 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 blah. I'm glad you're cooling, fam. You can't just go off on everybody. You can't just, speak your mind and be outspoken and you don't listen to another person's point of view because they actually might be right. You got to learn to have a conversation when you're ticked off. You could be absolutely right, but you got to hear certain people out because it's not about them. It's about you and how you're going to be treated and perceived in the world by the people watching how you interact with these type of people. They got to teach you that. Other people are teaching you about spirituality and religion. Other people are teaching you about health and fitness and wellness. And, you can't be eating this. You can't be drinking this. You can't be doing this. You know what I'm saying? This becomes a problem because now, appreciate it, low cast. You can't be going out in public saying, okay, I learned this lesson from this. Like, the old stereotype when guys say, man, I got all my lessons for the drug dealers and the pimps. That means you wasn't in the house, bro, at night, late at night. Because the drug dealers and the pimp is not just chilling around when you supposed to be in school. So either you skipping school or you out, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 in the morning. That's how you learning your quote-unquote lessons. Just when people say they sending their kid to the military to teach them life, that means you didn't teach them life prior to the military. You know what I'm saying? Like, this becomes a problem. And people try to tell single moms, yo, we see the problem coming. You need to do this. You need to do that. They don't listen. They don't listen. So now all of this stuff goes haywire, and the kids got to deal with the fallout as an adult. And they wind up being upset. Or some of them repeat the same cycle. Like, before I go, I'm going to say this. And then, like, y'all, when we say, there are a lot of single moms who have multiple kids by multiple men. Those women have sons who have kids with multiple women. Or they have daughters who have kids with multiple men. Because, just passing out, it's all good. It's okay. That's not a big problem. I made it. Yeah, not really. Not really. So, appreciate y'all on that. I'm done with this. Levi, thanks, fam. So I'm done with this one. This was a 10 quick one, 30 minutes. I got to cook. I hope y'all have a good night. Seared salmon. Hey, Faith, and I'm glad you and Mahogany got a chance to hook up. I'm going to tell you about yourself. I'm getting off here now, though. I got to go cook. It's time for some seared salmon and some green beans. Peace.